Hi folks, and welcome back. Tom and I are off on a bit of a bike adventure to the coast today. We're going to go and have a wild camp on the beach. So we're about an hour into our ride. You laugh it, don't laugh, you fucker.
Try not to really laugh.
He's a bugger, you know. This is why you don't film with kids.
I'm not a child.
So we're about an hour into our ride and Tom will not stop laughing. Okay, stop now. Right, control, come on. Get control of yourself. I'm hungry.
Me too. Shut up.
We set off quite late this morning, so we're just going to stop for some lunch. We're both pretty hungry, and to be honest, we're both getting a bit fed up with the traffic. We're only on little roads, but there's a lot of traffic today, and Tom won't stop laughing. Here, put that in your gob. We're only on small roads, but there just seems to be a lot of traffic about today. I don't know. It's Saturday. Maybe everybody's doing what we're doing and heading to the coast. I don't know. I've got wholemeal flour in. They're good.
The plain flour on wholemeal flour.
Healthy.
Healthy, plus it tastes like normal wrap.
Right, we've had our lunch. It's going to be a long day.
Yeah, it sure is.
Well, there we were, happily cycling along that last section, and a bloody wasp landed right up here and got trapped between my sunglasses and my forehead and stung me. Right there! How you doing, Tom?
I'm doing really good, Dad.
You getting tired?
Yeah, I am, yeah. I'm exhausted. My feet are aching. My hands have given up.
How's your bum? That's the important thing.
Achy, but we're getting there.
Is that saddle all right?
Yep. Can we get a taxi now, Dad?
Well, we just stopped to turn the map over. We're doing pretty well. We're about 2/3 of the way. It's about 37 miles in total each way, our route. But we are getting there. It's now about 4:15, so we are going to have to step on it a little bit because I'd like to get there while there's still a little bit of light. It's, you know, middle of October and days are drawing in. So it would be nice to have a little bit of light while we set up and things once we get there. But yeah, we're doing pretty well. The wind has picked up. It's been pretty windy for most of the trip, but it's getting a bit breezier as we're getting towards the coast, isn't it, Tom?
Yeah, it is.
So it's a little bit harder to ride into, but
we're coping.
We're coping.
Hold on, boy.
That is the way to do it. Get that on there.
Let's hope it doesn't tip over.
Just settle him into the sand a bit like that. Look.
Perfect. Water's on the go.
Water on the go, Tom. Are you going to have a tea, hot chocolate? What do you want?
I'm going to go hot chocolate.
Going to go for a hot chocolate. I'm going to have a tea. So while I've got water on to boil for drinks, I've shoved the steaks in here as well, just in the little steamer pan, and I'm just keeping turning them over because both Tom and I like our steaks really, really rare, but because they're big, fat, thick steaks, look at them, look. The other one's even thicker. We really want them to, the fat to render down a bit. Look at that, look. Woo! And you know, if you just cook them for as little time as both of us like to have our steaks cooked, you end up with the steak cold in the middle and not cooked and just fatty. So I'm just doing that just to warm them through basically before we cook them. I've just found a little bit of wood, so as soon as this water's up to boil, we're going to get the meths burner out of here and get a fire going in there, and then cook these steaks because we're starving. Hot chocolate and tea. Let's get some of this stuff fluffed up a bit, Tom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, tea, that's good.
Oh, hot chocolate. Oh boy, that's good.
Oh boy, I see what you did there, Tom.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got the fire on the go. We're going to start heating the pan up. Get that really super hot before we put our steak on.
Do you know you can feed things through those gaps, Dad?
I know, mate. That's what they're designed for, these little gaps along here.
Yeah.
You're meant to feed your wood up like this. The other thing I want to show you is this. I was sent this through the post from Colin at Pagan Preppers, and it's a spice kit. And you have all these little vials in here. There's everything in here. There's dried chilies by the looks of it. There's dried garlic. There's mixed herbs. That's dried onion. So that one must be, that's pepper. Yeah, so salt and crushed black pepper. And they're all in these nice little plastic vials, which are kind of got this sort of hermetic seal on the top. The lid closes down on them. And then on the other side, you've got yeast, dried yeast. So if you want to make some bread or something while you're out in the woods, you can do. That's sugar, so obviously those two kind of go hand in hand if you want to make some bread. Cinnamon, I think that one is. That one is, oh, it's a soup base, if I remember rightly. Yeah, so that makes up a soup. And then you've got steak spice, and then you've got an Indian spice. So really looking forward to using the steak spice tonight. That should go really well on our steaks, Tom. Yeah. So if you want to get one of these yourself, just contact Colin at Pagan Preppers. I'll put a link below. Okay, first steak going on. All right.
Very hot.
This is all yours.
And it's very hot.
Steak number 2. In. That is a monster. Look at these crazy things, like. We're going to be sharing our beds with these things tonight, Tom, I think.
Oh, go on.
Oh, look at that. That is the one. Tom, how's that steak, dude?
Really good.
Colin, that steak spice is brilliant. Well, we've had our steaks and they were really good, Tom, weren't they?
Yep, they were really good.
They were super good. A little bit gritty, mine was. I think yours was all right. Yours escaped the sand.
Tasty, yeah.
Yeah, lucky bugger. Just having a last hot drink, and then we're going to think about going and setting up somewhere to sleep. We haven't set anything up yet. I brought a tarp with me, thinking that we might need to set up some sort of tarp shelter. I'm not sure whether we will or whether we'll just go for you know, bivvy bags and just hunker right down in them and do them up, because these sand flea things are, there's just thousands of them. They're everywhere. They keep getting into them. You brushing them in my tea?
No.
You are. Just before I say goodnight, I just wanted to say a little shout out to Fraser. I had a message from Fraser's mum last week, just to say basically how proud she is of him. He's been doing really well at school just lately, and yeah, really good stuff. Keep it up, Fraser, and all the best. So from us, we'll see you in the morning. Good night.
Good night.
So I don't know how well you can see that, but that is how we've set things up. I'll show you all this in the morning when there's a bit more light, because you know it's pretty dark and it's not very easy to see, and I didn't bring a decent enough form of illumination with me to really show you. But that's what we've got, and I'm sure it'll be just the job. Good night, folks. Here you go, Tom. Sleep well?
Yeah, I did sleep well.
Feel rested?
I wouldn't say my head feels rested, but everything else does.
Well, that's alright. As long as your legs are.
Yeah.
You're facing another 35-mile ride today.
I'm not sure, but I'll cope.
Well, morning folks. We had a pretty good night's sleep. I set up the tarp sort of behind a raised little kind of dune, really, just to make sure we weren't going to get wet from the incoming tide, and that was fine. Actually, the tide didn't come up anywhere close to even where we were sitting last night cooking. So we're just having a hot drink, and then we're going to think about getting some breakfast on the go. Right, and Tom, black pudding?
Yes, please. Everything, please.
Bit of everything. Bacon. There we go. So there's Tom over there just finishing his breakfast off. I thought I'd show you where we stayed last night. So we've got this sort of raised bit here with some grasses, and we pitched up literally just behind it, which was great. It was a really good wind break. The wind was coming in off the sea, and it was quite blowy last night actually, quite gusty, but it didn't affect us too much. So this is my DD 3x3 tarp, and I've just spread it out over the tandem. So the tandem is upside down, and those humps that you can see at the front and the back are the wheels, and it's literally just pegged out along this side and then along that side over there. So let's take a look inside. There you can see the bike. The wheels are holding it up, and it's upside down, and that means that the handlebars kind of keep it stable. And then we had Tom on this side over here. So he's in a British Army bivvy bag there with his sleeping bag inside, and his inflatable air mattresses inside that as well. So he was able to just sort of hunker himself down in there, and he was nice and cozy and warm. And he's just on a sort of plastic tarp ground sheet, which helped to keep some of those sand fleas a little bit at bay. And then this is me on this side. I've also got an inflatable air mattress, pillow, sleeping bag, but I've only got one bivvy bag, which Tom is obviously using. So what I've got is a Moors scarf. Now, this is a recent purchase. I bought this from Neil Andrews. He's got an Etsy shop called Greencraft Shop. I'll put a link in the description below. And he sells these things, and it's the most amazing bit of kit. It's thin sort of parachute nylon, parachute silk kind of material. So it's windproof. It's not waterproof, so you can't really use it as a bivvy bag outside as such. But it's basically a great big bag with a drawstring top to it. So you can use it, as I have done, as a sort of improvised cover for my sleeping bag. You can use it as a sleeping bag liner. You can stuff it full of vegetation and leaf litter and things like that to use as a makeshift blanket, or even as a kind of almost like a duvet. You can store stuff in it. You can turn it into a hammock or a camp chair. There are just loads and loads of possibilities. A really good bit of kit, and it packs up absolutely tiny. So yeah, that was a comfy, cozy little setup. Okay, well we're going to get packed up and head off. We've got a long ride home. So thanks for coming along. Thanks for joining us on our overnight camp on the beach. We've had a great time, great food, great company, and a stunning, stunning place. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you soon.
Bye.